if the price is that far we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Held to Biafra, consecrated nation, O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending peace shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood we count a privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised, the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets build the glorious sun, our victory we scarred our minds around. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movement lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the humanist call, to give and not to count their cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
Mommy, don't cry. Daddy, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, yeah. Freedom, freedom is here, is here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Na, 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 na. Hey, Papa God, I want to thank you for this beautiful thing what you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, so make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kind of what is way. Thank you for all the good things. Now you don't make us better. Now everything done better. Now thank you for the good things. See everything done better. We are living Brother Kaiga Waniru Kaika Kulayo. Brother Biko Gawaniru. It makes me cry when I see my brothers being killed. Nigerian soldiers keep on killing us because we said for freedom. Yeah, take my life, but you can never take away that joy. Freedom is ours. We got what it takes to live. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Akumoye Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Akumoye Biafra.
blessed once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights Radio. Biafra Human Rights Radio is being anchored by Mazi Uche Okafo Mefo, who is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafo Mefo is the man from inception, from the beginning of this agitation, who assured all of us here in Biafra land that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption, because we have come in terms with the nonchalant behavior of some of our people. I constantly tell us in previous time that I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but now you do. Mazi Okafo Mefo, of course, is the image of Biafra Human Rights Radio, a truly child of circumstance. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma. Anyoma is in Delta. And Delta State is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Delta State, without missing words. And then, without wasting much of our time, I will go ahead and appreciate the Almighty Creator, because He is our hope and stay. He is our guide, the very primordial influence that drives us in everything we do. He is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. In matter both great and small, you will not understand. In a time like this, where we are surrounded by a huge cloud of weaknesses as well as enemy, what do? We patiently run the race, because we know in the end there is no two ways about it. Victory is ours. And so I humble myself before Him this evening as always, and I said to Him, Ibu Chukwu Ibu Ge Madwe, Ibu Chukwu Ibu Ge Madwe, Agbanwe, Ibu Chukwu Obinigwe, Ibu Chimehe, Ibu Chukwu Ibu Ge Madwe. Ibu Chukwu onye na-agwọ ọrịa mee analego. Ibu Chukwu onye na-echi ikpe ziri ezi o, anya n'elu ụwa m. Ibu Chukwu Obinigwe, Ibu Chimehe, Ibu Chukwu Ibu Ge Madwe. Ya ha anyị ji aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu n'ịbụ nsọ mma ye. Ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị hụjuru anya dadi o. Inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị. Ịbụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na dị mma o. Onye dị ka gị, onye dị ka gị, onye dị ka dadi m. Chineke ọ dị onye yiri gị o. Onye dị ka gị, Obinigwe, onye dị ka gị, onye dị ka dadi m. Chineke ọ dị onye dị ka gị. You see. And of course, for one reason or the other, of course, duty call, I couldn't come up at the usual time, 2 hours behind schedule. But then we go nowhere. We are not in a hurry. And this is one thing everybody must understand. And you may not like our style, but get used to it. We can only get better. There is no alternative there. We will continue doing what we are doing. We will continue making the positive impact. And at the end of the day, our people will be liberated mentally and otherwise. Now you know. I want to first of all appreciate people like Mazio Bide. Your word has been an inspiration to us. We keep obeying. That is one truth everybody must know. I keep appreciating people like Dr. Okado. To say, but the little they have, they say it all. With pain, they buttress on the truth, believing that somewhere along the line you will see it. And believe me, you will see it. Will I call numerous people out there who, without the words, they command nations, without saying a word, they move Biafra land. They are too numerous. Tonight, I thank all of you. Because whatever you have done in the past, be it good or bad, this is what had led us to this point. And I wish more Hulo Balo will be introduced into the system. In the end, we will be able to re-examine every avenue of the nation we are about to enter. Because the Roman will say, before you can be liberated by the Romans, before the Romans will set you free, they will make sure you go to the length and the breadth. And now, when we are done with this journey in the wilderness, and finally we will sit somewhere and say, by the rivers of Biafra, where we lay down, oh, there where we will, when we remember Biafra. I say, by the river of Nigeria, where we lay down, oh, there where we cry, when we remember Biafra. Original Sabotwa carry us away to Nigeria. They demand a song from us. Brothers, how can we sing our Lord's song in this strange land? Oh, and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in the sight, oh Lord. But some of you have done that. Some of you have. Appreciate all of you. Biafran watchmen and women, wherever you are. I thank all of you. People don't understand what we do, what we go through. Nelson Mandela, in one of his speech, said, the problem is that they want our enemy to be our enemy. It doesn't work that way. Without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled, Do Not Say You Were Not Warned. Do not say you were not warned. Nikome yako nyera jabofia. O menwa unikwe mihemewe kuehwa. Do not say you were not warned. Today, before our very eyes, we have come across junction where we see this very noble family known as IPOB, which we built even with our blood, turn into monster. People in IPOB today don't know that the IPOB of today was not that of yesterday. It's turning into monster, and they can't see it. It's going to be unfair. We ignore this truth and then come here and pretend. And many, oh, we're gonna love ourselves. We're not gonna do this. We know you don't know. You don't know what is coming. Don't say you were not warned. You'll see when you consider in the Christian background, Jesus in Ephesians 4 said or rather the apostle Paul in Ephesians 4 said, for it is he who gave some to become pastors, evangelists, teachers, prophets, and of course I'm talking about the fivefold ministry gift. The prophet has a different anointing. They are the one who reveal the mind of God. Nothing more, nothing less. Forget about some of the hulobalos, some businessmen in the name of religion have bastardized the church. The same way some individual in the name of leading us to freedom have balkanized Biafra land. In other words, Jesus said, Paul said to the church, Jesus gave us 5 offices. 5 of them are working for the edification of the church. But 5 of them have unique functions. Number 1 on the oversight list, he said, is the prophet, or rather the apostle. Let me follow it academically before I am quoted wrong. The apostles are the one with the blueprint of the church. Their job is not to sit in a church and answer Daddy GO or General Overseer. Their duty is to go and plant church and move forward, because at the end their name simply means sent forth. They have the ability to plant church where you cannot plant church. If apostles of our time were doing their job, there will be church beside the black stone in Medina, Mecca. There will be church behind Amadiohan everywhere. But I won't digress further. He went on to say, you have the prophet. The prophet is supposed to remain in a local church, subjected to the pastor, irrespective of the gift, divine empowerment, and its embodiment. His job is simply to reveal the mind of God. Not to be mommy B, mommy D, daddy Q. No. And so the apostle has the gift of planting of church because they have the blueprint. But the prophet has the office of revealing the mind of God. Though each of these offices have the ability to oversight, overreact, overfunction, but it's not always that way. It must be done in orderly manner, because God is not the author of confusion. And then he said that the evangelists are the people who have the ability to provoke the people with the word of God. The evangelists like Reham Bonki and other good evangelists or ordained evangelists like Omar Okpa and among others, they are the one with the gift to be able to provoke you with the word of God and bring out the diamond in you. That is their job, not to answer daddy. And then he talks about the teachers. The teachers are the one with divine gift, insight to review the word of God. When you meet teachers like the Prince, among others, when they finish destabilizing the word of God, if I will use that word, you will be able to see through the marrow, the spirit, the bone, of course, physically and spiritually. And then he talks about the pastors. The pastors are the shepherds. What they have more than every other is the grace to lead everybody. Lead people like me, lead people like Biafra Watchmen, lead people like Mazimefo, lead people like Obide Obenu, lead people like everybody. And now, when they minister, the unction is different. And so, if you come, naturally what you need is the unction, the anointing of a prophet. Your pastor is useless to you. That is why some people will say, since I visited that church, my life has changed. It does not mean God is not in the other church. That one is the one with the anointing you need. And what am I trying to say in effect? You may not like our style. We will not change who we are because of you. We can only ask you, maybe plead for your indulgence. Be patient. You will see the truth. You will see the truth. Don't worry. But let it be on record that we mean nobody no harm. But never again are we going to fold our hand and allow another lunatic to run out from somewhere and mesmerize all of us. Have we not suffered enough? Have we not paid enough price? Do not say you are not warned. That is our topic this evening. We came together to reorganize our people, to re-strategize, above all create a synergy that will enable us, even though we are a hegemony society, we can be able to function as one impenetrable unit, because we were very willing to put facilities that will enable that possible in place. We got to a place a lot of things happen. We will continue to reveal it, that the next generation might learn from it. And then we get to a stage, one man tells you he becomes Alpha and Omega. One man tells you anything he does is final. One man practically tell you, instead of his will to be changed, he rather kill everybody. Die, let us die and continue from where we stop in here. But you won't understand. I truly love to come out here, then I give you melodious Simon blues, I entertain you. But it's going to be a very cool day for me in hell. But I'm not going there anyway. Considering the way we know things work, as a result of extensive learning or knowledge from those who have gone before us and those who are present with us, it is important we reconsider the issue that is set before us. We've seen things happen before now. We are not the first, and we are not going to be the end. A lot of revolution after revolution, transformation after transformation will come. When the Romans built the wooden ship, they ruled the world. Go and ask Julius Caesar. Go and ask Mark Antony. Go and ask Alexander the Great. Go and ask King Leonardo. Go and ask King Xerxes and millions of those ancient rulers, Nebuchadnezzar, among others. They couldn't fathom with all their knowledge that a day like this will come. We call them the Dark Age. The Romans built the wooden ship. They ruled the world. And some years later, the Europeans built the iron ship, and then they ruled the world. And then some years later, the Americans built the aeroplane, and they ruled the world. Today, they are struggling the battle of building a ballistic missile. At least it can be able to evaporate all of us in a twinkle of an eye. And then that people will rule the world. But even when they succeed to build a ballistic missile that can evaporate the universe, including heaven and earth, in a twinkle of an eye, for them to rule the world, I tell you, the knowledge of God is insatiable. People will still have something to wonder about, because God will always be there. And now, considering the things we have learned from extensive knowledge of all this, it should help us to begin to reason. There is one of this intriguing documentary I laid my hand upon some time ago. It is titled How We Got Here. It is a documentary that talks about America anyway. America were trying to keep down record on how they become who they are today. Of course, America may not come out completely ambushed to be world power, because some countries will challenge them. But you thought about the standard they have set. They make other people to try to compete with them, and everybody is busy trying to compete with them. Nobody wants to beat them, for the moment anyway. But America was not always like that. There was a Soviet Union, more powerful empire. The Britain, the Europe was there. The Arabians was there. They all ruled the world. America was not there. But that documentary says how we got here. How did they get there? The Soviet Union was on the heels of the Americans. The Soviet Union has visited the space, created satellite among others, computer everywhere, moving from one technology to another, creating robots and making sure that they undermine the sovereignty of the United States. But America has a choice to make. They either live up to the challenge or forever remain slave America would have been lower than Africa. Because the plan of Soviet Union for America then, it was not an easy. But men stood up. They followed Soviet Union bomber to bomber. That is how they got there. America knew they do not have to go to sleep or else one of their son or daughter will die. And they say never again. The Israelis, the Jewish, they know this truth. That is how they all got here. And now we have found ourselves on the same crossroad. From this extensive knowledge, we know that the only thing that will grant us success and victory, it is to say, never again. Never again. Biafra watchmen, we will not allow any of you to sell us. We are few, but yet many. We are weak because of you, but very strong. We are nobody, but we are somebody. Because in the end, it is Biafra or Biafra how we got here. The very system we create to liberate our people automatically before your very eye has become the instrument of our enslavement. Coming in form of brows, handcuff, and yet you can't see that. In as much as I said to myself, I will try to be meticulous, but I will not be economized, or I will not be how do I put it now? Economized with the truth. The beauty of every living thing lies in their ability to improvise when necessary. And what differentiates them from the non-living things is their ability to develop a defense mechanism when necessary. I have a friend. I treasure that guy. He's worked with me for almost 20 years now. And I learned something beautiful from him. Each time in our field of endeavor, when we run across challenges, in most cases, I am broken down. And now they see me as their boss. They think I'm strong, I don't have weakness. We all do. Only God is the only being that doesn't have weakness. But I don't show it anyway. But this, my friend, understand me. And the moment he knows I'm broken, he come to me and say, what do we do now? Already he know what we are going to do. But he want to know if I'm broken or if I'm intact. I will say to him, I don't know. He said, then we improvise. And for the very first time I heard that English from him, not my lecturers. And I say, what is improvise? And so so improvise in English language mean in Igbo language. I said, then let it be so. And then we begin to try other avenues. We improvise. We look for a way to ensure that we must achieve our target. It doesn't matter the pain. It doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter the necessary sacrifice. It does not matter. That thing we want, we will get it. And with time, whenever we do our work, when we feed challenges, oh boy, make we improvise. So, and then we laugh. Others don't understand what you are saying. That means this one, you see, Bunyabo, we got to do what we got to do. We must pass this way. Now you understand. And like I said, the beauty of every living thing lies in their ability to develop defense mechanism. That is the only thing that makes them better than the dead or the non-living thing. What am I trying to say? If you are a farmer, every day you go to the farm, you use the cutlass, before you know, the skin of your palm, the palm of your hand will become so thick. Now, the idea is when you shake some people, they say, "Ah, your hand strong, oh. Your hand no strong. You they overuse your hand. And since your hand is not in the position to condition you not to use it, your hand now develop a defense mechanism by creating a thicker skin that will enable it to withstand the pressure coming from the machete or any other farm instrument you may be using. That living thing provide. And now, Biafrans, wherever you are, will understand that we have gotten to a stage in this Biafra agitation or restoration project where all of us will not only prepare our mind to improvise, but rather get ready to develop defense mechanism, because you never know one lunatic that is going to run out from somewhere and destroy everything we have bled for. You never know. So whenever anybody is doing whatever rather anybody is doing and think it is going to end up with you, you better think again. That thing you are doing, you think it's going to end up with you. You don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. We have seen things you have not seen. We have heard about things you have not heard. Even our enemy, we are going to scatter everything. We are going to rebuild everything. And they are going to be spectators as they are doing today. And in the end, they will say, what manner of nation is Biafra? Hallelujah. What manner of nation is Biafra? Hallelujah. They are only spectator, and that is what they will do. But our duty is to make sure that Biafra must be restored, and in the end, the next generation will be able to walk across the streets in the global community with their head lifted up without shame of who they are. Today, in the name of this struggle, we keep making moves, we keep doing things, we keep so many things happening. Our people must remain focused. All of us are suspect. It's not over. A lot of things has gone wrong, but we still remain who we are, and then let us be genuine then. Because the reason I'm telling you that you must not say you were not one, because some people are doing a lot of things. They think they have monopoly over it. They do not. This is a heterogeneous society. Imanka, imanka. Imanka, imanka. I am only trying to create an avenue that will enable me appeal to your conscience, which will eventually enable you to apply your wisdom to reasoning. Because a lot of damage has been done to our brain. We will get there. Number one. Have you ever considered the number of people who have died carelessly, which would have been prevented? Some of you don't know. You don't know. When I sit back, I look at you. Many people in IPOB today don't know. When you are coming, you are talking to me. You roadside IPOB member. You don't have sense. Roadside. When I mean roadside, go back to my Facebook wall. You can never see a duly appointed former IPOB coordinator insult me. Except they are not in Biafra land here. I challenge IPOB as we speak. Let one coordinator come out and insult me. He must have been paid seriously. But he will come and beg me from behind before he tries it. As I see the hurt, Judge Onyibe exposed. He told you he's not a coordinator. But yet he controls African rep. Now, understand the reason I will not leave them and I keep talking about them is that they are in their radio bastardizing me, scandalizing me, you know. No duly elected IPOB member can accuse me of anything. As a brother, as a father, as a son, One of my greatest achievements is that I can look at all of them in the face and say, tell me where I'm wrong. None. None. What am I trying to say in effect? I'm trying to make them understand that those roadside contractors in Kuwait who are on Facebook, yapping, you people, if you know the number of people who have died under the umbrella IPOB, some of you will not talk for 1 week. Go and ask Nnamdi Kanu. Those gangsters called the DOS, they are fully aware that the top secret of IPOB is never to release the name of casualties. Go and ask Preska Amarachi Abel. Go and ask, what is Auditor General name? Amarachi, then Preska. Preska was in charge of welfare till Amarachi blackmailed. They will use that to remove Nayanya later. But that is their business anyway. Tell Preska to release the name of people who died under her regime. Tell Amarachi to release the name of people who died under her regime. When I was working sincerely without knowing what was happening, I was pushing. Let's document the list of our people who have died. Chike Dozie and Tony Zulumike, those gangsters called US, they started fighting me. Now I know why they are fighting me. They say, no, nobody touched that body. Nobody did this one. Nobody, but it was too late for them. Because till the very day they said I was rusticated or expelled from Biafra, I have record of all. In fact, even now, all the people who died in Yemen, who are dying in Imo, I'm keeping all their names. I have all their record. And you know the amazing thing? Majority of them run within the ages of 19 to 35. And the day we will let the world know. It's not about global issues. It's not about destroying anybody. You will know the price of this Biafra. When you say 6.3 million died, we are getting close to this number already. When you are supposed to be humble and be wailing and be crying, you are telling us you are supremacy. Why are we this wicked? We are losing almost 3 million in the name of IPOB agitation, and people want us to be mute. Are you an idiot? I don't like to sound this way. With what we have seen and encountered, none of you can stop us now. These are people, children. The moment I push, Amarachi will gossip for Nnamdi Kanu. Supremacy with each other. Nobody get any name, nobody touch any name. In fact, they issue me a memo. In one of the DOS meetings, I say, we need to have the record of people who are dying. Because when Biafra come, one of the things we suffered from the Nigerian state is before the original IPOB came under the unction of Chukwukika Abiyama, those at least who have died either in the name of Biafra, in the name of Duduwa, in the name of Arewa, in the name of Nigeria, there should be a monument. Some of these people, their death was not their choosing. Imagine the woman they shoot in Enugu, idiot, they don't kill him, but no, now make them kill him. Imagine that woman. Is her death her own doing? And then once in a while, we can all come together in that monument. And then in a moment of reflection, and we'll say to God, don't allow this to happen again. It will only create the mindset, the emotion, the enablement, the right atmosphere for us to be recommitted in our desire to see the next generation survive more than us. They practically stopped me. And that was when I began to think, why are they afraid of it? And now I know. We will give you the list of people who have died. Maybe you will need to go and mourn. Don't say we don't tell you. You know the number of persons that have died as a result of carelessness? Some of their death could have been preserved. So many. Don't say we do not tell you, because you don't know. Now, when I can say, and so what? And so what? May it happen to your family so that we tell you and so what? What about the complacent of our leaders at every level without truly applying their wisdom to their reasoning in issues that are facing us as a people? Now, let me tell you something. Leaders at every level, you are listening to us. Some of you are ready to use the new recruits in the forest to do election. Don't worry. We will outgrow you. Don't worry. Because if for 4 or 8 years you are ready to wipe away your community and you feel good, it's okay. Now, all the people ruling Nigeria, of course, is the same set of people. Look at your children. You will see you gave birth to heritors. None of them can be like you. They can only eat the money you have stolen from us. And when you are dead, their children will be as poor as we are. That is how God has made things to be. Except you genuinely labor. Except you took your time to put your children's feet on the path of greatness. You will understand why the Bible says that the son of a king is walking on the road, while the son of a slave is on the horse. And so when you refuse to say the truth today, because you think you are securing the future for your children, you lie. You lie. My father built a house for me and my brothers. It's 3 bedroom flat, 5 block. We completed the building, if I'm not mistaken, in 1980. And I know he was saying then, because then he had only 5 sons. And then he built 6. And then he was saying, first son get this, second son get this, third son get this, fourth son get this. It was good plan. They completed those buildings in 1980. Do you know that 3-bedroom flat in 5 places, built, completed with zinc, ceiling, door, and everything, till today, we have not slept inside for 1 day? We have not slept inside for 1 day. Those of you buying heaven and earth for your children, how many times have you slept in your father's house? Be sincere. You will understand why the Bible says vanity or upon vanity. Don't say we didn't tell you. Our leaders who are complacent in all these things that is happening, watch your ways. Somebody came and said, hey, I have security, I want to protect you. Begin to protect Igbo people, because it's instant security. And then a group of body we respect, even though they don't speak for us. We're the first to jump up and say, hey, we support this. You go, you will support Boko Haram. And then you have the moral standing to tell Chicago, what is the name of this Arewa Consultative Forum leader? Not to support Boko Haram? Let's push sentiment aside and be real. We're trying to build a nation that will be God's, not yours. So everything you are stealing, thinking you are securing the future for your children, is a lie. It is only the immediate one that will be the lunatic that will burn all of them down. So you can imagine the house my father built for me in 1982 till today. I've not slept inside. And you think I'm a fool? I teach my children to fish. I don't give them fish. We should put our children on the path of greatness. All of you in diaspora, consider the atmosphere you grow. You will see your children don't have that privilege. That is why their own fight will be in the winter. We have our father advising us. In those days, in our time, Pekin now for community. Today, your children are grown within their bedroom and video game, their classroom and toy. And then when they are of age, they go to nightclub from Dubai to Malaysia to Indonesia to America because you stole our money. Their own children will be the greatest baboon. They will be trained by one of us who are poor and wretched. I say they take drug because they cannot live between the poor, wretched, and the affluent rich like you. So they end up in drug. Yoruba will call them Amuibu. Now you know. Our leaders at every level are watching what is happening. Some of you have become accomplished. You are watching them. You are a governor. After councillor, you become chairman. After chairman, you become representative. Then you become governor. Then you fight for vice president. And then you die, right? Those people you are living. You are a pastor. You are a good pastor. You want to say the truth. You don't want problem. It's okay. But you are analyzing me. I stand on behalf of all the pastors. Understand that. You know, there is a film known as the Kingdom of Heaven. The fate of Jerusalem lies between a decision that is not pleasing to God. The king has leprosy, and as such is forbidden to go close to the throne as the commandment. And then whoever marries the sister becomes the king. And according to the law of the people of Israel, the only person who is qualified to marry that girl is a son of a blacksmith who was abandoned. His hatred for his father will not want him to have anything to do with Jerusalem. And then at that particular time, the queen will be married to a prince of Arabia. And if the prince of Arabia married the queen, then the throne of Jerusalem falls in the hand of the Arabian. And this is something that is against the will of God. The princess went at night to this blacksmith, who is a Jewish and don't want to have anything to do with the Jewish, even though he is qualified to marry the princess, and said, my brother, your family have suffered greatly in the hand of the Jewish. But at the stage we have found ourselves, please, you have to marry me. Marry me that the throne of Israel, that Jerusalem may not fall into the hand of the Arabians. The guy was buried with grief, hatred, and revenge. He said to the princess, no, I will fight to defend Jerusalem, but I will not marry you. And when the princess was leaving, he looked at the man and said, one day you will wish you have committed a little sin to save many. And truly, it came to pass. Did I say you should commit sin? No. Father, sometime, reverend, you have to rise up. Evangelist, pastor. I am a daddy G.O. like you, but not anymore. But I am still in the spirit. Arise and say the truth. And so in the end, people will castigate you. But believe me, you will not be there. When endless generations, your praise will be on the lips of the endless generation of our people. There are people who did what they did. Their time condemned them. Today, we sing their praise. You are a governor. Look those who have governor before you now. Do you want me to call their names? You are a king. Look those who have king before you now. Don't say we didn't tell you. This thing you are pushing for, you are only creating an avenue where all of us are developing defense mechanism. And where God will punish you is when you are dealing with people who are so wise but they behave like idiots. Yake kamani no buagwoko really here. Don't say we didn't tell you. If you want to know how your life will end, study biologically how human body deteriorates. You get to a stage you are very vibrant, very agile. All of you who are 60 years above, check yourself. You spend more time sleeping. 70, doctor tell you don't eat this, eat that. 80, you are being managed. But that time you were 35, 40, you were jumping up and down. That is our life function. Don't say we didn't tell you. You will not always be there. There are things we need to begin to consider, begin to look into. Because none of us is God for record purposes. My father said to me, the only reason why God is God is because he's the only one that don't have weakness. Every other do. I want us to sit back a little bit and then reconsider the level of brain damage among our people. The level of brain damage. Most of you don't know. It's amazed me, and it's anyway laughable because some of you will think I have brain damage. If you have that opinion of me, I will not hold it against you because sometimes I wonder what I even do, but I know it is necessary. In the end, nobody is how do they speak this English? Is it fallible? We are all fallible. You understand? Ordinarily, everybody has his opinion. My Facebook wall belongs to me. And then I can come out and say, oh, Jesus is beautiful. But understand that Jesus is not beautiful to Muhammad follower. Neither is Muhammad follower beautiful to Jesus followers. But then everybody should respect each other's boundary. And so in a normal, fair atmosphere, if I come and I say, Jesus is beautiful, Muhammad followers should be kind enough as human and move on. And not call their name. And when they say, lie, hilala, or bakara mishi, hilala, I should be fair enough to move ahead and leave them because they didn't call me. That is human. That is maturity. But today now, in my Facebook now, if I say, oh, today is wonderful, Biafra watchmen, let us pray. They say, oh, you are a thief, oh, idiot, God punish you, oh, thunder fire you. You know who gets sense? Then, I think the first thing we did when Biafra come is psychiatric hospital. These are not the kind of followers. And then the kind is among them with fake Facebook. In as much as I don't want to call his name, I won't cry him until he repents. God punish you, thunder fire you, we go kill you. You are in Malaysia, you want to kill me for Rugudu. You know, get sense. Don't say we didn't tell you. With the level of brain damage affiliated with our people in a time like this, if God give us Biafra, I will go to Europe, I will travel the world, but it's going to be on my own terms. I got to a stage in my life, I told my father I'm not going anywhere again. He said, why? I said, because if I want to go anywhere, I want to enter and be able to exercise my right at every level. And I tell you today, there are men and women out there who, if I call on now and say I want to be anywhere in the world, believe me, in less than 1 week, I will be anywhere in the world. For your information. But then, our hands are clean. We've not done anything against anybody. Why are we hiding? Look at the level of the brain damage. To them, they think they are media warrior. Hey, a media warrior. China Sanworu will tell them, hey, attack him. Idiot, monkey and babu, according to Nnamdi Kanu, will jump out there. Hey, DJ Ma, hey, Onyibe, Yahoo, Rosalind. A wife somewhere. But he's destroyed another marriage in Plateau State. Just Plateau woman leader. Radio Biafra said, I sleep with the woman. Since the day Radio Biafra made that announcement, that marriage has not been the same again. And then Nnamdi Kanu is listening to Radio Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is even listening to me. Look at his fake Facebook account. He's listening to me. He couldn't call them as a moral man and say, this woman is a serving member of IPOB. Why are you people doing this? That madness, it will affect all of us. So. Those of you on ground who are mad already, come, we cure mad people. We will make you understand there is a difference between you are mad and you are crazy. I mean, you never know. Don't say we didn't warn you. Because that time they say he went too far. He went too far. You are the one going too far. Oh. You open Radio Biafra, our own Radio Biafra. You couldn't blackmail Uchemefo with it. You open this radio from morning till night. Now, what you are thinking is how you become God. Yes, you talk about this one. The way you insult people, now they cannot promote you. Check it, do them. Yes, it's not good. How do you think it? Is it not the kind of our God? Is your God, not my God. He's not even from my village. All the confusion is causing in all your community. Can you do it in Afari Beku? Let him do it in Afari Beku. You know people are angry who are looking for the right time to read. You are a monkey and babu jumping up in your own village. They are using you to destroy your community. Look at what is happening in Olo. I have sampled every community that exists in Africa. Olo stand unique. If you Olo people allow one person to cause problem for you, even the security personal bodyguard is building, they are hungry. You bastardize your village, scatter your village, just to answer your God. Don't say we didn't warn you. Era ekwesiris ipumade bombo wu. You just catch policeman, you beat a colleague, and you jump up and down. Is that how we get the Biafra? Is that how we run the Biafra? We have seen people who have gone ahead before us, and we know all these things are wrong. And our prayer is that the level of damage done to the brain of our people, that God will help us to repair it. And leaders should be very careful. Things are going to get worse because people are going to improvise. Unlike every other nation, it is the situation they found themselves that actually define them for who they really are today. Don't make any mistake. Things will get worse. As I'm talking on radio now, things will get worse. You say, don't think, oh, it's going to be cool, it's going to be cool. Everybody is planning, Emanka. Some of you are ignorantly giving your money to Nnamdi Kanu, and you think he's fighting to protect us. It's okay, it's your money. We have withheld our money. And so, some of us are regrouping, and we are waiting for you. Emanka. Nobody have monopoly over this thing. But let it be done in an organized manner. standard. Now the Kano family cannot be working with Nigerian police and you tell me not to join Nigerian police. Now the Kano family cannot be building company and hotel and you are causing Wazirike that is building company and hotel. Now the Kano cannot be living with our money and then I sell my company and give to IPOB and now idiot are talking to me. Don't you people have sense? What is good for the goose is good for the ganja now. Don't say we didn't tell you. Because the level we are getting to now, we the Biafran people are the one that will use our hand to destroy the whole Biafra. And let me tell you, my Igbo brothers, like me. Because Abu man don't hear you, he's going to knock you down. Ogoni man don't hear you, he's going to knock you down. A job man don't hear you, he can't trust you, he will knock you down. Efiki Bibio Anna, they will knock you down. Do you think something gave an edge to Nigeria to betray us among ourselves? You are creating the same hulo balo in a time like this, and you are in Europe. You telling us you are supremacy. Don't say we didn't tell you. Enguka bonu le chari akpamo. Egwani ko ibue. Makani choni ibue. Ikeje ka ifya akpamo. Don't say we didn't tell you. And so we are trying to ensure that all of us understand what is to come. You don't need to bother. I get it. I will pursue you. I will tell you. Guy, I know they hide though. Because I am your destiny and I'm your doom. My mission is to make sure that anything you do to me, you will not do it to another person. Watch IPOB. They never catch saboteurs since then catch me. Just watch IPOB. They have not caught another saboteur after they catch me. You see? So please come and do me more so our people can be free once and for all. Now this is how it's going to. Number one, this trouble will escalate and become of our nature as a heterogeneous society or in nature. The Biafrans will be killed in their own land and there will be no place to hide. This problem some of you are fueling. World Igbo Congress, among other politicians, you are hiding on the background. As a heterogeneous community, a lot of things are out of our control. These are the areas we expect as IPOB, as we were before, to begin to engineer and put under control. Create a pendulum of peace which will stabilize us in the days of chaos. If you go to Aba, you see Aba man. He say, "Oga, how you doing now?" He say, "My boy, I'm fine. How are you?" He can dash you money because you call him Oga. That is Biafra land. You can't leave Aba, can't go for rivers, go Abua or Adua community. You can't see another young man. You tell him, "Oga, how you doing now?" Guy, you go receive slap. Oh. Oga for Aba na chairman, but Oga for Abua na gold. So you go receive slap. But if you don't know, you don't know. No say we no tell you. That is how it's going to be. That is how it's going to be. Because that thing you think say you know, there are things you do in your village. It's okay. You don't do it in another person's village. It's a taboo. My father told me many things anyway. One of which he said, if Yoruba man mess, we say, ele baba, eku jometo baba, eku messi baba, eku she baba. If father mess, so go greet. That is their culture, and they are okay with it. But my father said, when you go to a campo, and then a man in the presence of his children will mess. The next one will say, "Daddy, kehi ne me now. Kehi ne me gida. Daddy here in a modern mouth." You know, as a saber maybe. But this is who they are now. Nobody is right, nobody is wrong. It's just different opinion. It is just different view to issues. And God has placed us in such a complicated land with such complicated people. And with what you know in your village, you are coming to terrorize us. But we are terrorists from the womb now. Have you not read the story of Esau and Jacob? They started terrorizing from the womb. Up to the extent that God said, thou art two nations in thy womb. The two nations has to be respected. But you are not putting all these things into consideration because you are a carnal man. Spiritual men follow you to help you strengthen your way. You want to destroy them. It's okay. Number 2. The challenge is that the Hebrew who survived the ordeal of 1967, how their guardian and instructors, it took time to protect the next generation. You look at the case of the Hebrews, the challenges they faced. The guardians of the next generation, they told many stories. Today we say it on our platform and say they are still killing the saboteurs of those days. But today, in Biafra land, of you, because God said, do not call that which is not confederate a confederate. And you have done that. You have defiled the temple of the Creator. Don't say we didn't tell you. You are busy there. We will kill you. I released just one audio of one that cannot say. You see what I did to you? You will see, just make one man mistake. Just make one. God punish you. You they feed me. Have you given me 10 kobo? You can say that to Afari Bikuma, not to me. We don't worship men. You need to see the last day I quarry my father. We don't quarry where when begin they laugh, I didn't laugh. Because he get out of my house. I say, no, now your papa house. Get out of your papa house. Our papa house. Yeah, I think you see now. That was then. He's not angry about it because he's my father. He said I should get out of his house. Me now, his own father is our father. Me and him father. And I tell him now, he himself should get out of our father. Not be all our father. This is how we reason. We don't reason like you. You need to be part of us to reason like all of us. So you can tell Afari Bekuma that thing. You can tell Mbito Ruma that thing. You can tell Enuguma that thing. You can't tell me that thing. Not when we are the one who put our blood in this thing. Don't say we didn't tell you. We're just trying to help you. So all those about people you are paying. Don't tell them that thing. No. They will hold it against you. And they will react when you least expect it. It's not because you've done bad. Your problem is ignorant. My people perish because they lack knowledge. This is the time for all of us to move back a little bit and then begin to reconsider what is about to come, because it will affect all of us, both big and small. Anytime like this, oh, I'm a governor, I'm a bodyguard, nothing will happen, something will happen. No. Yes, I'm brutal, I'm boring. Nothing mega. Something we mega. Something we mega. It will affect all of us. But we mean nobody any harm. We come here in the first place because we say divide Nigeria. We say divide Nigerian because automatically we know Nigerians cannot coexist because of our values and principles which can never complement each other. And this is one truth that anybody clamoring for the unity of one Nigeria is a simple or a common thief. Whether you are America, whether you are European, you are in China, you are in Japan, you are in Nigeria, Ududuwa, Arewa, or Biafra, anybody who will come and advocate vocally, openly for a united one Nigeria will automatically agree within themselves that they are evil. And there is no other word to alternate it. But this having been said, is somebody got to fight for what you value. We value freedom, we fight for freedom, we continue fighting for this freedom until we get this freedom. Time is of the essence. We know somewhere along the line we will not be here, but we will make sure that everything we will do today will become a stepping stone to the next level for the next generation. It will become a motivational ground for the next generation. And what you do is up to you. Biafrans from Igede, from Iyala, from Idoma, we mean nobody no harm. We're not telling you anybody is bad or good or no. We're telling you we need to go home. We're telling you to go home. We have to cross the length and the breadth of our Biafra nation before we get there. We're telling you that in our blood, Biafra flows there. And I want to encourage you at this moment. If you are in Biafra land or outside Biafra land, if you want to be among those people who will change things for good, there are many pro-Biafran groups out there. Look for one and join. I'm especially inviting you to join us here on Biafran Watchmen. And when I say Biafran Watchmen, of course, saboteurs are welcome. Saboteurs like me, because I'm the number one saboteur now. Everybody is welcome. Our lines are open in a moment like this. Of course, it's going to be very difficult to connect my line because I'm battling with some equipment in my studio, but it will be fine. We can only get better, but better still. But at the same time, I want you to call this number. Is our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642. For the last time, 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. So you are free to call in that line. If you have access to my what did you call it, my personal direct line, private line, WhatsApp line, Messenger or Facebook, you're free to call it. And then our direct line on this platform is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. For the last time, 081-221-52971. Like I said, I am a Biafran blood. I'll be back in a minute.
The spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they flow like a river. I said the blood of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they flow like a Red Sea. Spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they rise like a big star. Rise up, spiritually and the physical. Rise up, upon anybody, with they again, this my freedom. Rise up, on anybody, with they again, this Biafra. Our Father who art in heaven, oh. We say hallowed be thy name, oh. We dey wait for your kingdom to come, oh. Right here on earth like this in heaven, oh. We say promise, you promise your children. Promise, you promise your people, oh. We say promise, you promise the Biafra. Yeah, since amalgamation, we see the suffer. They start to killing us since 1945. Till the today, they are not satisfied. Yeah, We're like a stranger in the land of scavengers. Then they kill us, then they eat us, so they make what of on us, and our senators. Don't turn against us, they want to stop us, but they cannot stop us. Yeah, Biafra is unstoppable, unstoppable, it's unstoppable, because the fire is unquenchable, unquenchable, unquenchable. Freedom, if you're broken on the Biafra, freedom, cause if you're broken on the Biafra, freedom, make you freedom to go, because you fired on it too much, because you cried on it too much, because you suffered on it too much, in a nation, because you killing on the too much, because you suffered on the too much, because you cried on the too much, in a nation, My brother, rise up, yeah, let's march into the promised land, our paradise. I am that I am, says the Lord is a mighty man in battle. Whenever he say yes, nobody can say no. I say nobody can battle with the Lord. Papa, knows who go. All this killing them are killing Biafra. Say Nigeria, knows who go. A million souls they want to kill before they go leave us as the Biafra. A million souls they want to kill before they can see us as a nation. Me they ask United Nations, me they ask European Union, and my nation.
Tropical mix.
My freedom, let it Biafra go. The spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they flow like a river. I said the blood of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they flow like a Red Sea. Spirit of innocent
Yes, of course, like I said, a lot of we have an issue with my system here, but don't worry, we will continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. That should be Mazi Aslam. Go ahead, please.
Yes. It's a hardcore saboteur in South Africa.
Like me. He look like me. Saboteur like me. Go ahead, please, my brother.
Alright, my name is Onyibe Udawara from Abatete in Amabra province of Biafra land. At this moment, I am residing here in South Africa. As a matter of fact, I thank Chukwokike Abiyama, the one who sees what we cannot see, the one who possesses all the powers. He loses and tights. He decides what our future will look like, not man, not any human being. And I also want to thank the platform that granted us this airwave so that we can speak our minds and we can continue to propagate the goals of restoration of Biafra. Because as a matter of fact, the gospel of truth must be preached. It will remain the truth. Anybody who deviates from that, we will have no option but to call that person out, because we are called to follow the truth, and that truth is what we will continue to persuade until Biafra is restored. as life goes on, some people are still making their threats and so forth and so on. But I want to use it. I wanted to start moving towards normalization. That is to say, uh, for us to move more closer to our restoration effort. But those that don't want peace to reign in our lives keep on setting our clock backward. Today I received a call asking silly questions about properties belonging to IPOB. And I was like, did IPOB dash me any property, or did I paid for something in the hands of IPOB and they gave it to me? You understand? Before I was relieved, all those shenanigans, they were acting like a movie. Remove this one, replace this one. We printed the flyers. As a coordinator, I have PRO. I said to my PRO, those flyers you are going to print, put your numbers there. After my number, put your numbers there. He did not put his number. He put only my number because he doesn't want anybody to call him. He doesn't want to be seen. He doesn't want people to know that he's one of those who are fighting for Biafra. Only me is good to be known. After printing those flyers, it was only my name and my number which was there. Now, that name and numbers and the flyers is with me, and they have removed me from their position of so-called IPOB. And now, they're asking for their properties. I'm asking myself, a pamphlet, flyers with my name and my numbers is my property. It's not their property. I can't give it to them. Yes, they printed it with their money. I don't know if they want to use it to expose me or something like that. But I know what I'm doing is the work of restoration of Biafra. So I have not seen somebody like that to come and tell me, listen, we want this, is our property, or you want that. But they are busy telling people to tell me to bring their properties back for them. Because something that is on my name and on my number is not your property, it's my property. You can't use my name and number to propagate the gospel of Biafra outside my authorization. So I don't know what exactly is wrong with those who are pioneering the affairs of IPOB at this present moment, because right, sensible, and and proper human beings have been removed, if not suppressed and demonized. And actually, at this moment, they're controlling and which they have absolute control of their life. So I don't understand what is going on in IPOB. If they have realized that they can no longer move the future of this struggle forward, is it not better for them to throw out the towel so that the flesh blood, those who are willing to pioneer this struggle, should continue? For crying out loud, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should just come out and address these issues once and for all, because there is no way he can eliminate each and every Biafran. Only IPOB members will not live in Biafran land. That is the gospel truth. Those who are ignorant, who are following these stories of saboteur and the blackmail, or whatever, will be blackmail, and they will say, oh, is it what the other people are complaining about? So they cannot sustain it. So it's the high time that everybody who are maybe attacking me, or so I said, don't worry, it will get to you. By the time you get to you, you will look for me, you won't see me, because by that time I'm quiet. I'm not saying anything anymore. Network.
Go ahead, you are back.
I think for those who are busy attacking people on Facebook, there's one lady that always, when I make posts, she come and talk nonsense. I say, look at you and your age. The only thing you learn is to insult people. This thing you will be doing should not allow you to get married as a young woman. It will not. It will not. Because you think you are fighting for IPOB. It will become, you adopt it, to become part of your life. Anybody who disagrees with you, you insult that person. And there is no man who will end up marrying a woman who is insultive. You can do any other thing and the man will enjoy it. But when it becomes that you're insultive, you say, this one will insult me in front of my parents or my friends or my relatives. What am I going to say? Of what IPOB as a structure has reduced its followers. Sincerely speaking, I pity. Sometimes I become ashamed because when I speak from before and now, they'll be like, are you the one saying this? I said, no. You cannot find out what is happening in a system except you are how to run their system. You must be there. If there's something you find out, then you tell them, no, we shouldn't do it like this, you do it like that. You understand? They'll be like, you people have collected money. And they said I also collected money from Soludo. Don't you use people? They said that I have collected money from Soludo, that Soludo visited South Africa and they share us money. You say serious? I say yes. That is the latest now. Say, that means these people are stupid. I say no, they are not stupid. It's what they taught them. They teach them that. Then I called the Nigerian patron that we have here in South Africa. I asked him, did Soludo visit South Africa? He said no. Yeah. I said, okay. I just wanted to know whether he visited, not to talk of the money they are talking about. They say, leave those people, they are stupid, they don't have sense. That's why I don't want to belong to any group or society, because I know that is always how it's going to end up with. I said, I'm sorry. We have to fight for our freedom. If we leave it, nobody will fight it for us. If one road closes, another one opens. We keep pushing until our freedom is achieved. We cannot leave it. That is me. So it's unimaginable, but like I said, it doesn't matter when you wake up. As Igbo language, they used to speak in Igbo language, they said, but the worst thing that can happen to you is if you sleep and you never wake up. But as long as you will sleep and wake up, there is hope. Thank you very much, my leader. Thank you very much. We are Biafra Watchmen. We go nowhere.
That is the spirit, my brother. That is the spirit. They are yet to understand, but honestly, they will understand. We go nowhere. We are not in a hurry. And of course, in a time like this, we are inching closer to the end of this program. Our lines are open. Like I said, until I rectify the problem I'm having with my lines, you are free to call my direct line, you are free to call my direct WhatsApp, you are free to call my Facebook Messenger, and you are free to call the studio line, because it remains the studio line. We are not going anywhere. Our people should not say they were not one. Those people who are shouting, we will kill you, go and check. All the ranting has not led us anywhere. We believe there are stages to everything we do. We believe that in every stage we have to organize ourselves. We believe in the unification of our people. We gave everything to ensure that at every level issues are attended to until we get to a stage somebody say, I am God. I decide who live and I decide who die. We shall see to it anyway. Daddy in the Lord, can you hear me?
My Reverend,
you are in the spirit.
My brother, you are scribing saboteur number one.
Yes, I'm the chairman.
Yourself, when that should have been my name, though.
You are Daddy in the Lord. Please, you people, everybody who is contesting,
I love
Chile and the rest of them, I am humble. I just allow me. The numbers of people in Biafra land now is outnumbering Biafran citizens. All the Kwegu,
of course.
The number of the saboteur of Biafra is outnumbering the population of Biafra. So I humble myself. You people just give me that privilege. I beg you. Thank you very much.
But then you're calling to let you know that we are listening and that you are also doing a great job. I don't have much to say, but by the way, before I proceed, as according to the and protocol permits, my name is Obidio Bieno. He's from Oba. Oba is in the Idemili local government area currently. However, Onitsha province of Biafra land. I want to appreciate you, my brother. What we're doing is not easy. No wonder our Lord Yeshua said that the road that leads to, the path that leads to that place is very narrow. Very narrow. And we must continue to trod on that narrow path. What happens at last is, the prize. The truth must be told at all times. There's no going back about it because it's only the truth that will set. We wallow in ignorance, in lack of knowledge. Our land will never be healed. So that's what it is. I'm calling on all Biafrans. By the way, I say hello to all Biafrans who are listening. The call that is made on this platform is a call for unification of all Biafrans, all pro-Biafrans, and even non-pro-Biafrans. As long as you are in that contraction and you know that what is going on is not in our favor, it's only in a fairy tale movie that you see things like that happening. As long as you are not okay with the way things are going on in that contraption, you must make yourself available. There are so many fronts to bringing that contraption down. The latest one is the constitutional grievances by the NINAs, the National Indigenous Nationalities of Nigeria for self-determination. I'm not sure if the acronym, I said it right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. This group being led by Mazi Tony Nadi. It's not easy. They told us they want to pull down the Constitution. And of course, everyone knows that the problem, a lot of people have testified that the problem with that contraption is the Constitution. So if that's a way they feel like they can help bring down what is going on today, we must support them. The other one are the pro-Biafrans who wants to be out completely. And we know that getting out of that contraption takes for referendum. Banze will always tell us there are two paths. It's either we do the declaratory or we wage a war. All these paths are available, but it depends on what the approach we want to do. Right now, we are consulting. Right now, we are trying to get everybody on board to be on the same plate because there are so many pro-Biafrans out there. So we want to put everybody together, look at whatever each and every one of us are doing, and continue to move forward. There are groups, they say they want to approach the issue through the customary government. It's all good. But for whatever reason, they are very displeased with what is going on in that contraption. You all are welcome on this platform. The key word is that Nigeria, as it's made up of today, will not continue. Because as you see now, it's no longer Federal Republic of Nigeria or the federal government. The F now stands for Fulani government. And so everyone is witnessing all over that contraption, kidnapping, raping, murder, and so many things going on, setting homes ablaze. The homes they cannot build. As you know, they come in your communities, they go and live in the bush, and they set up tents. They set up tents because they know they don't belong. That's why you can see them buy land to build beautiful homes, just like we do in the southeast and southwest and south-south. And whenever something happens, you see them set your home ablaze, undermining how much you have spent. We saw what happened in the southwest. There was a report going on about how many homes that were set ablaze. We saw this young man that was able to drive them out of their state, Ondo State, how they went back immediately and set his home worth of millions of naira. They set it ablaze. They don't care. So, and are these the group of people we're saying that we're going to live with in that place? Okay, so all these things are clear-cut arguments in favor of separating ourselves from this wicked group that are subhumans. They prefer their cattle more than human. We have had them say it so many times that their cows and their cattle are valued more than our lives. And this is why whenever something happens to their cow, they are ready to kill a community. So the argument is very clear. But what we're trying, the other thing we're trying to do on this platform is to bring to your attention that we, every one of us is emotional because of this situation. A lot of us are really too emotional to it and found out that somebody, one of our Faruku, the criminal of our time, saw a gap and he took advantage of everything, playing on emotions and everything. And now he's out of hand. Well, he's uncontrollable. Orders that he's issuing every time is order, warning. And after he warns, people's lives are going to be endangered. And people are killed, people are maimed, People are, all kinds of things. People are denied of their properties. You see the burning in Olo lately. We saw our young women in a roundabout because of the utterances, unguarded utterances of this criminal who is hiding somewhere in Europe or in America. I heard that he is knocking here. I'm still looking at the whole thing. But anyway, that's what we are facing. Unfortunately, people are dancing on this very crazy path. He has kind of brainwashed a lot of people in the behaviors that our people are exhibiting today. You begin to ask, are these human beings? No reasoning at all. All that comes out of their mouth is insult or threats, undermining that these things have consequences. Because you don't insult everybody, you don't threaten everybody, and the name of freedom, in the name of securing their land, and it's here setting up traps, setting up account numbers for you to donate money. All they're doing now is begging money everywhere, and it's unfortunate. I want to make it brief, my brother, and this is what we're doing here to be able to reorient our people to see that you might be shouting and hopping up and down in the name of Biafra, but the person you think is going to get Biafra from, you have sold it. And he sold it a while ago. By the document he called the signed, sealed, and delivered to his father's house. Now, the next plan is to begin to threaten and blackmail the close pals. Anybody that is close to him, he's attacking them and recruiting new ones who will be paying money to him. The new ones don't even know what is going on. They are just from afar looking. And these are the people that are within the family who knows what is going on. And we keep orienting you. We keep telling you what is the truth. And up to today, he's hiding. He's not telling you anything. We have gone from Biafra to security men. And not just security men. We are now security men that lives in the bush. And I don't know if the Biafra we're trying to get is going to be established in the bush. Could be Ethiopian, not know. Reason we are not doing this because we hate him. God in heaven knows that we don't hate him. It's just that we hate the behavior. We hate that he's deceiving our people and collecting money and living large in Europe. That's all. And he's not doing anything for you. He's leading a lot of you to your early graves in the name of freedom. Okay? Looking at the whole thing, there's no structure in what they're doing. Now they are now threatening people. Look at brother Anselm now. He's telling you guys this evening that they are now sending somebody to bring their property. Sometimes I don't know what this property is. They did it to me here. One person, I don't even know if it's a faceless individual, because you know they are in the mode of copying people's names. Okay, property. Now they are writing and fabricating that they publish my name on Los Angeles Times, and I've checked Los Angeles Times. I didn't see nothing. And because if I have seen something, that will help me. That will give me a great lead to that particular person that is publishing, that called herself Nelly of Webu. If that lady is listening, if it's not her, she needs to hurry up and entangle herself from this mess, because I'm narrowing down to the whole thing. It's not going to go down. This blackmail is not going to go down anyhow. It's not going to go down. There are other people that are blackmailed in the name of taking their money and their property. I don't know What is IPOB property? I don't know if they have secretariats. I don't, honestly speaking, I don't know what is their property that people are holding. So that's where we find ourselves. And people are posting it on Facebook. It's so sad. My Reverend, I know that a lot of people are trying to talk, and I'm going to exit for now, but I just want to tell you to continue what you're doing, regardless of, you know what they're doing. They don't want to come and be watching you now that you're making broadcast. But later on, what you need to observe is after you finish broadcasting,
and
go back and check.
Before I dislocate, before I disengage from Facebook, now you see over 3 million, 2 million. So I
you
don't
see
even
them, they are listening, and that's why Nandekan is where he is, and sending out these idiots to continue to fire on us, to continue to allege all kinds of things on us, so that we can break us down. But how can we get wicked when we are on the right path? How can we get wicked when we are telling the truth? When we know the truth?
You are a member of the DOS. I am a member of the DOS. We discuss issues there like a family for the overall interest of the people. And then until we come one day and somebody say, I am God, I will kill you.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna, wherever he is, this message is gonna haunt him and drown him, because he's not right. He's a criminal. I never knew in my life that this man is a criminal. I never knew. I never suspected that. Okay? But this message is going to haunt him until he's down. Okay? The message will continue, my brother. We go nowhere according to you, and I will encourage Biafrans to stay and not go nowhere.
We go nowhere.
Stay where you are, don't go nowhere.
It's Biafra now. We don't.
While you are doing this thing, you must tell yourself the truth. You must tell yourself the truth. And more importantly, we must humble ourselves. That's the key. That's the key. Humility. And God will find a way, because I believe him. He is the one that makes ways where there is no way. He will find a way. Thank you, my Reverend, my brother. Thank you.
Sir, thank you, Daddy, in the Lord. Of course, that is the voice of Emazi Obienu. Like we always say, we are not in a hurry. It's Biafra now. We don't come. We go nowhere. We die here. And of course, that is one word I do not expect everybody to understand the mindset behind it, but you shall one day. And of course, somebody have been on the WhatsApp, and good evening, caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Thank you very much.
Good evening from here, Maze. Good evening, sir. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Mazi Okuyamuka. I'm calling from Calgary, Canada, Alberta. I am from Obunike. Obunike is in Oyi. Oyi is in Onitsha province. Yeah. For the opportunity, Mazi Onyibe. Hello. And I want to thank my big brother that just spoke now, Mazi Obienu. Thank you for the great job. I just want to speak on one particular issue. And that issue is to let our people know exactly what happened at Olo happened. You can see after the carnage of Olo, I don't know if it's still ongoing or not, but immediately after the carnage of Olo, we started seeing big posters being sent out by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ebelima. And these posters, they're telling us that they are going to do a fundraising in Malaysia, and that they are going to do this fundraising via Zoom, and that Mazi, he will be there, the guest of honor, and Chike Dozian will be there, Nena Aya will be there, Nzurumika will be there. Can't you see that the gang is complete? The reason, if you put 1 and 2 together, of course you get the answer. The reason of the carnage at Olo was for this fundraising. It's just started. It's gonna start with Malaysia. And once Malaysia is done, it is moving to Indonesia. And by the time you go around Asia, then we head down to North America. Of course, USA is the target. Canada is also the target. So what is it all for? It's for money. They want to grab your money. Open your ears. Listen, give me your ears, my own people. It is not about any other thing. It is not about the Fulani killing our people. It's a lie. The people that are fighting against the Fulani marauders are doing that silently. You cannot tell me that our people have not been fighting against the Fulani who are trying to take over our ancestral land, our forests. No, something is being done about it. And a lot of things will be done about it, but not the carriage of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a fraudulent person, and that is what he is doing. It causes troubles everywhere. And then at the midst of the trouble, he's calling you to come and donate your money. And now he's telling you that he has these guys that are inside the bush. I want to warn you people again, my own people, there is nobody inside the bush. Nnamdi Kanu has nobody inside the bush. It's a lie. You can see the poster that he sent out. I think it's a video, and then he clotted the video with this is a Chinese dragon, and he's telling you, oh, these guys are there inside the bush, they're training. No, my brothers and sisters, it is not any training ground for any ESN, because ESN does not exist. That movie you saw there is from the Cameroonians, from the southern Cameroonians, from the Ambazonians. So I think Nnamdi Kanu now has a contract with the Ambazonians that he will be using their videos to defraud our people, to steal money from our people. So let us understand that this guy should be held responsible for the blood that is being shed on our streets, on our towns. And we shouldn't allow what happened at all to happen anywhere else in Biafra land. We shouldn't allow our blood, the blood of our own people, to be wasted. Our people should stand up now. This guy called Nnamdi Kanu from Faruku does not love you. He doesn't love Biafrans. All that he's doing is to make sure that he grabs as much money as he can before the bubble bursts, before the people will start to understand what he is doing, that his pocket must have been filled up. That of his siblings, we need to call them out. His younger brother, the one that they call Fine Boy, that crooked guy, and the other one that is in Germany, they call Kanunta. We should understand that this is a family business. And I want to also mention about the fact that Nnamdi Kanu knew very well that the soldiers were coming to his house. He knew very well that he was going to leave that house. And he left that house before the soldiers arrived to his house. He took his family, he took his old mother, he took his old father, and the rest of his family. His brother was also partying with the Fulanis in a party organized for them by the chairman of LPs. And then he told these youngsters to go to his house and protect him. He told them to come there and be slaughtered by the soldiers, knowing fully well that he has escaped and they have escaped. He and his family have escaped already. somebody brought these young people to slaughter, and these young people went throwing stones, thinking that the man they are trying to protect it was in the house. Whereas the man has gone, he left. If we said it's not true what we're saying, let him tell the world. It must be logical. Let him tell the world how he left, how he escaped. By his own words, he said 28 men fell. You know, when I was listening to him giving an interview to the Israeli television, the man asked him. The man was so curious. He asked him, 28 men fell, and you escaped. How did you do that? The man looked at him, because it's impossible if 28 men that are trying to protect you against armed soldiers, war-ready soldiers, will fail. How did you escape? Who drove you out? How did you leave the village? The village was surrounded. Are you a magician? How did they do that? And the town escaped earlier with his own family. How did his family, his mother, his old mother, and his old father run away? If he said that they threw him from the fence, who threw his mother? Who threw his mother? Who threw his father? It's a liar. Our people should stand up for their right. We want Biafra. Absolutely, we are going to get Biafra if we put our efforts together. If we come out in unity. Is going on in Nigeria. Of course, we know that Nigeria is a mess. Of course, we know that if the foundation of Nigeria cannot withstand what we are going through now. But we cannot exchange Nigeria with fire, with the Kano, who is pretending to be something else, but is an emperor. He's a tyrant, and I can't stand tyrants. He is despotic. He is tyrant. I couldn't believe it, but he is just that way. So my people should wake up, should listen to this clarion call, should listen to these facts that they are giving you, knowing fully well that what is going to befall us if we don't stand up, it's going to be very terrible for us. It is going to be worse than Nigeria. We must restore Biafra. We are calling for unity. On this platform, we have said it day in, day out. We are calling for unity of purpose for all the people, all the groups that are fighting for Biafra, that are asking for the restoration of the Biafra, and those that are also asking for good governance in Nigeria. We are all aiming to one good life for our children. We want a better future for ourselves and our children and the next generation to come. We want them to test what actually human being is made of. That you come to this world, you fulfill why you come here and live a good life. At the end of the day, you leave a legacy for the next generation to take up, to build on. So let our people understand what is on the floor. Let us know that Nnamdi Kanu is only looking for money. It's only looking for power, as much money as he can grab. At the end of the day, what he is trying to do is to enslave us. He's trying to be an emperor. He said, oh, Elohim sent me. What Elohim? We are talking about democracy, good governance, people understanding their rights. And they're telling us that Elohim told you. Which Elohim? We are buying this because our people are emotional. Because we so much love to have this Biafra. Because we so much want to get this freedom for ourselves. What is not right is to enslave ourselves again, the second time, by somebody whose mind is not right. Nnamdi Kanu's mind is not right. He doesn't love us. What he's trying to do is to bring trouble in our land. And when that trouble comes, he will thrive in that confusion because a lot of money will be passing through his hand. He wants to enrich himself, enrich his family. His younger brother doesn't have a day job. He doesn't work. They're embezzling money every here and there, and they're building castles for themselves. We should know that. Let us rise. We should fight for Biafra. I can tell you, all my brothers and sisters in Biafra land, don't lose hope. Great tidings are coming. God has not forgotten us, and it is going to be well with us. Thank you very much, Mazi Onyibe. And thank you, Mazi Obienu, too, who spoke before myself. I want to ask God to bless you, bless your handwork, Mazi Onyibe, and bless your family, and bless everything that you're doing. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you, Mazi Onwuka. And of course, every Biafra must have one thing at the back of their mind. We are not in a hurry, and we are not going anywhere. We know all the plan, all the agenda, all the secret. All the people, they paid huge amount of money to come and talk about the referendum. All Setiana. By now, I can referendum. Let us gather momentum. Let's gather momentum. All say, referendum. Gather momentum. We all know the secret of Biafra restoration already. But guys, you know, business is good. They've been succeeding before. My happiness is that I told them all these things. Any name you call me, I will answer you. Allow me to go peacefully. I will disappear. Just let me go. Let me go. I can't be part of this Yahoo. Let me go. I will disappear peacefully. People will never know I was here. I told Barrister Jofo and other people they sent to tell me, well, you're the problem. Well, I said, let me go. Leave me, let me go. But they say they are God. So when they release me, most of you don't know. Somebody said, all the allegation against you on Radio Biafra, you are not defend anyone. I didn't answer the person. Because the same night, Nnamdi Kanu came on air, and they, yes, our new African rep is Terere Merere. He didn't call my name. It's okay. That is the deal. Don't call my name. Immediately he finished the broadcast. China Sangworu in Kuwait, the El Mustafa of Biafra land, published my picture. That was the moment they broke the deal. Now the Kanu cannot hide in another Facebook account and remove me. And I move ahead. And the same group of idiots turn around and publish my picture. Oh, so Nigeria will arrest me. You want to do me what you did to Akwara? You think I'm from Imo State? Onya boka wukwo. O many amane ne mane. Onwano ya kejishi enye pato makasa weke munya ho. Ihe ole chole nye ye. That is the difference. John Chukuma fall into your trap because he was doing. I do not boast. I stand humble before the Almighty Creator. Where is John Chukuma? Those of you in Delta State, all those people. You are bringing people into our backyard. Don't worry, we will visit all of you. Where is John Chukuma now? Nobody talk about John Chukuma, but you are talking about Akwara. It's good. We have to. These two people were victims of their occupation, victim of circumstance. I don't go my own. No. This thing now, no, start but the promise is that it will not end in your own terms. We are not distracted. While we are talking here on radio, so our people brain can be healed, properly cured. People are walking on ground. We don't come and announce, I'm going to talk to Elohim. I went for prayer. I was on spiritual assignment in UAE. And the same person will come out and condemn a pastor. All of you are saying, hey, did you say something? I know one verse. You don't have sense. Now you see. Then the next thing, they hire okay foreign. Oh, Onyibe chop transmitter. Then they hire Rabbi Charles. Onyibe is a criminal. I didn't say anything. No. None of you appreciate me for being quiet. Too. Josephine Erewa jump up and down. Only me. Efe, follow, omote. Then another one from somewhere, 3 children, 3 husbands, Faith Ogala. He jump out, ikuzam. All of you, where are you? Where are all of you? Where are all of you? You people, you see, you people don't know what we did to put Nnamdi Kanu where he is. All of you don't know. Of course, people like Obidi know, people like Onwuka know. Faithful former IPOB, original one, not all this Yahoo. They know. Now they cannot jump on the street. Nigerian descended on him supposedly. And then every sincere man who walked with him, all of them were arrested. Few of us were left. I told everybody we go nowhere. We go nowhere. Today, as hopeless as you are, you come out and call me saboteur. As hopeless as you can be, as brain demented idiot as you can be, you will agree in your stupid on the most hopeless state that I am any of those things. But it doesn't matter. Any name you call me, I will answer. We will settle this matter once and for all. We are not distracted. The real men are working. Security-wise, the real men are working. Consultation-wise, the real men are working. Prayerful or prayer or spiritual, people are doing what they are saying. Yes, we will tell you about the security in Malaysia. We are putting on pampers. Let us change the pampers in the area. That is what it's all about. We know the money lingering in South Africa. We know the money lingering in America. We know the money lingering around the world. We know what they are doing. But what is there is that all of you who are allowed yourself to be willing to, the fate of those people you have betrayed will be better than yours. In one of my write-up on Facebook, I told the almighty creator of IPOB and the leader of human being, I said, the fate of those you have destroyed will be better than yours, except you repent. You won't win this battle because your hand is not clean. Yorubas are happy, they are saying Eshe. Hausas are happy, Eshe. Fulanis are happy, Eshe. Why? Uno anende ne guano no go. Go you ionu shiazono. Uno ane we guano no go. We don't hate anybody. We speak the truth. Only spiritual men can interpret spiritual words. You don't know, you can't be there. We can come out and say, pastor do the pastor do. If you are not a pastor, you are not. No matter how low, how sinful a pastor is, believe me, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Some of us can do what we do because we have the anointing. You don't have it, you do it, you die for nothing. And of course, this is where we draw the curtain. Those of you who are sincere and genuine but misled, you have acted inappropriate. We forgive you. It's okay. We all made mistake. Okay? But I will continue to appeal to all of you, genuine Biafrans across the globe. Apply your heart to wisdom. If I were to be working in Europe or any other part of the world, deploying 18 hours every day to the service of restoration of Biafra, I think I should be properly paid. But IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu made sure Tenkubu don't come to me. And then few of you who deem it fit to encourage me, today you are the one who gave my account number. The account number I used to Nnamdi Kanu. They are mocking me. Hey, he's begging money. Hey, he's begging. You should be ashamed of yourself. You lose your reward from the Creator. Now, no be our problem. It's just that none the Kanu no go join PDP or APC. We they wait for them. Nonsense. But now we gather the momento. As we gather the momento, we now put the momento together. We now hit the referendum. And when we hit the referendum, we now mechanize it. We now robotize it. We now gather open media platform and security platform. But you don't know. Amburu enyi Jesus. Kamburu enyi Biafra o. Kamburu enyi ya o. Prepare, gather your muscle, gather your momentum. All of on our way then higher. All those websites on our build, all those arrange we una don't do. It never see chanting. You never see chanting. But of course, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain for this evening segment. We will continue on Sunday evening, hopefully by the grace of God. My apology, for some reason I didn't come up on time, but then we continue. We can only get better. Nde wono. What do we do? Good night. And then I will say, Elohim be with you. Chukwu kike abiyama. Another one, they say, hey, you got to for many. What do we say? What do we do? Look for any pro-Biafran group around you and join. Look for any pro-Biafran group around you and join. We are Biafra watchmen. We go nowhere. We analyze all of them.
Boy, come do, I young I walking fun. Boy, come do, upone any fee. Boy, come do.